Car insurance, we all hate it. Stupidly extortionate prices. Then when you finally do get in a crash where you think, oh, probably useful I have car insurance, guess what? They're going to be tricky. They're going to try doing everything in their power and not to pay you out. And then actually when you finally do get a payout, guess what? Your insurance goes up. So basically incentivizing people not to make a claim, because they know as soon as they make a claim, what's going to happen is it's just going to go up again. And all of this doesn't hit anyone harder than new drivers. They're coming in to get the first car and they're seeing quotes for 5, 10 grand after they've already just spent months and thousands on getting the license, probably bought a car for God knows how much, and then they've got the insurance quotes and the 5 grand minimum. It's just unreasonable for learner drivers, and it puts people off getting a car and being on the road in total. So let's actually look into car insurance and why is it so expensive. So car insurance, it's always been around since, well, basically cars came about. Basically because if you get in a crash, you need insurance. Because if you don't have insurance, someone could just run away and not pay the crash, and that's not good. So the fundamental idea of car insurance is good, we can say. But then when did it start that the prices just started skyrocketing? Throughout the 80s through to the early 2000s, car insurance was relatively cheap, not being more than £700 to £1,000 adjusting for inflation, of course. And pretty much the same for young drivers, not being too much more either. And then coming into the 2010s, prices just started skyrocketing. The average price of car insurance being £1,500 to £2,000, and nearly tripling to £3,000 for learner drivers. The car insurance put all this down to increasing car thefts, which to their side has been true. The car theft rate in this country is stupidly high, as well as fraud cases just keep on going up. But as the theft rise, they're just putting the car insurance up and up and up. So let's look into how much they would give me for a quote for let's say a 2016 Ford Focus. Let's do a little quote. So this is the car I'm going to be pretending to have a quote on. It's a Ford Focus, 2015 plate, 1.6 litre engine. Nothing special, your most average car in the country, to be honest. So let's go on a insurance quote website and see how much it would cost a brand new 17-year-old driver to drive. So here we go. Cheapest price is £5,000, and that is with a black box. All need to say, to be honest, even without a black box, £8,000. So yeah, it's a joke. I did the cheapest options possible, basically, and you're getting literally, you can't even put, that's the thing, you can't even do monthly either. Don't let you do monthly. Yeah, I mean, changing it to comprehensive, I don't think that's going to make a difference, probably make it more. I think that's shocking, to be honest. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, annually, yeah, it makes it more. So, comprehensive, you're talking with a black box as well, £6,800, third party only, £5,000 to insure the most average car you can get. It's just a normal Ford 1.6 litre. I mean, this is the car. You're paying £5,000 a year to insure that. I mean, the car's worth £4,000, so you're paying that every year. And yes, you get no claims bonus a while, but you're talking for in the next 10 years, you're going to rack up at least, 30, 40 grand in car insurance payments. It's just a joke, let's be honest. And I'm sure if I did for an even better car, a new car, it'd be a minimum 10 grand. There you go. That's proof of how much of a rip-off car insurance is right now. I mean, as someone looking into buying, the first car, it's daunting, really, knowing that I'll have to pay at least 5 grand and probably 10 grand if I get a nice car every year on insurance. I mean, it just puts me off getting a car, to be honest. Let me say the average wage in the country is, 30 grand? So paying a third of your wage, maybe half of your wage on car insurance. I mean, you're paying a third of your wage, about a quarter of your wage on a fucking Ford Focus. It's ridiculous. And half the time, it's just unrealistic unless, you're really rich or you've got a really good job, which what what, 18-year-olds have a really good job? Fucking not many. Most are in college, university, what have you. So now we've looked at what the price actually is and how much insurance costs. Let's look into the companies and why and how they reason for charging these ridiculous amounts of car insurance. Admiral, they have a 15% share of the UK market of car insurance. And every year they profit £1 billion from the UK public in car insurance alone. Never mind whatever else they do. Aviva, which just bought another car insurance company, Direct Line, make about £1 billion from car and home insurance. We can say at least 600 million of that is from car insurance. Hastings Direct, another insurance company, profits £200 million per year. As well as a load of other companies which all come together to profit £3 billion in total on the UK public in car insurance. Look, end of the day, I'm all for businesses making money. Look, I love business, it's fucking great. Go make your profits. But when you're making billions of pounds a year and you say you're blaming all this on, theft and fraud, but they don't care because they're just going to keep on putting it up and it's going up and up and up. And the rates of that they're putting up the car insurance are going way higher than the rates of theft and fraud. It's stupidly high. And it all just doesn't seem fair for young drivers having to take all the brunt of all this reasoning for car theft, fraud. They have to take all the brunt and they have to pay all the price of it. So I know what you're thinking. There must be a financial authority which oversees these car insurance companies and make sure they're not doing anything out of practice illegal. And there is. The Financial Conduct Authority. They're basically the UK's main authority that is not... It's government funded kind of. It's independent, but it's definitely got a heavy government influence. And they look into anything from banks, car insurance, anything to do with financing with the UK public. And they look into car insurance often, and they've come out and said the rise in prices in insurance is basically due to theft and fraud. Personally, to me, it sounds like the car insurance companies don't care if theft happens, because then they've got a reason to put insurance up, and the Financial Conduct Authority will say, that's fair enough. If fraud and theft go up 1.5x, they'll just put it up 2x, and they could do that, and the Financial Conduct Authority won't bat an eyelid to that. And you must think, surely every other country's like this. You're wrong. Look into Europe, for example. Their insurance prices are 3 times less than the UK, and that includes young drivers as well. You must be thinking it's all Germany, Italy, Spain, all 3 of them, most of Europe, and some of them even more than 3 times cheaper than the UK. I mean, it's just stupid. How can, we're a similar built country to Germany, both rich, both Western countries, but their insurance policies are 3 times cheaper. I mean, there's just something not right there, but the reason why, and this does correlate with car thefts, as in Europe, car theft is way lower. It's actually 3 times lower, so basically, insurance policies ride with car thefts. But in Europe, you'd think, there must be a load of car thefts. No, they crack down on it. They have widespread law enforcements that combine together to stop car thefts. Here in the UK, under Labour, Keir Starmer, don't bother. They just let it happen. I mean, last year there were £1 billion in car thefts alone. I mean, that's just not right. But whilst in European countries, Germany, Italy, France, it's 3 times lower. And in general, just for insurance, they're just a lot better in Europe. If you... they basically make every car of GPS, and if you get that, they will actually knock off the price. Not in the UK where you're going on your quotes, like I did earlier. You got a dash cam, they're going to knock off, probably £100. In the European countries, they will actually knock off a lot. And for that same car in Germany, for that Ford Focus, I'd be probably paying maybe £1,500 a year, which is a lot cheaper, especially for a new driver, than the £5,000 minimum that I'm paying with a black box. And if theft keeps on rising like this, I'm sure the insurance companies won't do anything about it because it suits them, because they can keep on putting prices up. Unless the government intervenes and stops car thefts, we're just going to keep on paying these insurance policies. And I'm sure even if car thefts went down, the insurance companies would give another reason to why they need to put the prices up. Let's be honest, probably by 2030, you're paying minimum 10 grand for a new driver. That's what I'm expecting anyway, because I don't see a way unless we get a government that is strong on car theft. Don't have to be strong on law, you just need to be strong on, it's not hard to stop it. I mean, all these European countries don't have really high rates of car theft, but we do. But to me, it just doesn't seem like anything's going to happen to it. If you like this video, I'm sure you'll like my other ones down below. Please subscribe and I put notifications on to receive notifications of all my future videos. Drop a comment of what you think about car insurance in the UK, and I'll see you in the next one.